Bake my day. The dough was too dry. Again. Dani flicked her spatula against the counter, watching a rebellious streak of flour puff into the air like a silent scream. Her bakery, Sweet on You, nestled in the heart of Sugar Pine, had won 3 Best Cupcake in the Valley ribbons. She didn't have time for dry dough. Not today. Not when she had just been roped into a last-minute couples baking retreat. With him. Cole freaking Callahan. Her ex-boyfriend. Her ex-business partner. Her ex-everything. Now her current nightmare. "He's already on his way," the event organizer Bree had chirped over the phone an hour ago. "You two are the only local pastry stars, and the couple's retreat is sold out. We need both of you." Dani's apron nearly burst into flames from the friction of her fidgeting fingers. Cole walked into Sweet on You with the confidence of a man who hadn't ruined Dani's life 4 years ago. His jeans were perfectly floured, his shirt sleeves were rolled like he was on a baking magazine cover. His dimple, traitorous as ever, flashed when he saw her. "Still using too much cinnamon in your snickerdoodles, huh?" he teased, eyes crinkling with that smirk she once thought was her forever home. "And you're still using too much ego in your face," she snapped. But Bree, too perky for a human not made of sunshine and maple syrup, herded them into the retreat kitchen space at once. "Remember," she said brightly, "couples come here to bond, to reconnect, to be inspired by you two." Dani could feel the cosmic joke in the air. Fate had tied her apron strings to Cole's once more. 12 couples, 24 hearts ready to beat in harmony over bundt cakes and brulees, and 2 exes, forced to pretend they were the paragon of baking bliss. "I'll lead the ganache class," Cole offered, pouring melted chocolate like a seduction. "I'll teach the macarons," Dani said through gritted teeth. "At least one of us should teach something that requires finesse." Their rivalry ignited the room. Couples giggled nervously as the exes squared off over mixers, measurements, and microwave usage. By midday, the kitchen looked like a flour tornado had passed through, with Dani and Cole at its epicenter. Yet somehow, the couples loved it. "It's like a baking soap opera," one woman whispered to her husband as Dani furiously piped buttercream next to Cole's immaculate eclairs. They had chemistry, even if it was the kind that involved a lit match and a stick of dynamite. That night, Dani sat in the retreat's garden, cooling her face with a lemonade and watching fireflies blur into the dusk. Cole found her there. "I remember the first time we made cookies together," he said, sitting beside her, not asking if he could. "You dumped salt in the sugar jar," she replied, still bitter. "You still kissed me after tasting one," he said, softer now. "You said I needed sweetening." Dani bit her lip. That was back when their kitchens smelled like hope and vanilla. Before arguments over expansion, before the investors, before he walked away. They sat in silence long enough for the moon to stretch over them like a patchwork quilt. "Why did you really leave?" she asked, voice low. Cole didn't dodge. "Because I didn't know how to be your partner without needing to win. I was in love with you and too proud to admit I felt small beside you." The air shifted, and for the first time in years, Dani didn't feel the need to come back with a witty insult. The next day, during the couple's Bake Without a Recipe challenge, something changed. Dani and Cole stood shoulder to shoulder, demonstrating teamwork without tearing each other down. "She's the genius when it comes to flavor," Cole said to the group. "I just follow her lead and make it pretty." Dani blinked. "Compliment? In public?" "You forgot I'm also a genius at presentation," she said, nudging his elbow. Cole grinned. "That too." By the end of the day, they were laughing, touching elbows, stealing bites of each other's creations. The kitchen sizzled with tension, no longer just competitive, but maybe something warmer. That night, while cleaning up frosting spatters, Dani turned to Cole. "You really mean it? You've changed?" "I don't want to compete with you, Dani," he said. "I want to build something with you. Again, if you'll have me." He reached for her flour-dusted hand. She didn't pull away. Sunday morning arrived like a sunrise over fresh scones. The couples buzzed with the joy of shared messes, minor disasters, and sweet victories. Dani and Cole stood before them, smiling, this time for real. Love, Dani said, isn't always sweet. Sometimes it burns, sometimes it deflates, but if you mix it right, it rises again, Cole finished. Applause. Their eyes met. They knew the weekend was ending, but something new was just beginning. 1 month later, a new sign appeared beside Sweet on You. Whisked together, bakery and retreats. Co-owned, co-run, co-loved. Inside, Dani and Cole prepared for their next event, playfully arguing over which pastry to bring to a church fair. Outside, a banner read, "Love is best served warm and with a side of cake."